10 sales on Poshmark over $50. Welcome to today's video. I'm Rebecca the Reseller, and I help you increase your Poshmark sales with Poshmark selling tips and what sold videos like this one. So what I'll be doing is sharing 10 sales on Poshmark that sold for over $50, and then sprinkled throughout, I will be sharing some tips and some advice that I have about why those sales were good or what things you can keep in mind when trying to increase your Poshmark sales. So if you want to know how to sell on Poshmark or make more sales on Poshmark, I hope you'll subscribe. Let's dive in. So up first is a new with tags Charter Club cashmere cardigan in navy, size extra large. So for me, I love selling cashmere. If you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you know I've sold a bunch of cashmere and I love selling a bunch of cashmere. I list it all year long and it sells all year long. Just yesterday, I sold a J. Crew cashmere sweater on Mercari. I sold recently cashmere on Poshmark, a different one. So there's just lots of opportunities when you source items that inherently have value. And so that's something I've really been talking a lot about lately, is that cashmere has inherent value. So here you can see that the brand is Charter Club, and I think that's just a Macy's house brand. I don't think it's anything particularly special, but Charter Club will still sell because it's cashmere and it sold for $50. And I think this was like, I don't know, like $160 sweater or something like that. So for me, a $50 sale is great, and it really happened because of the cashmere. Obviously it helped, it was new with tags and it was a good size, extra large, but it sold because it's cashmere, not because it's Charter Club. And so when you're watching people's what sold videos, be mindful of all of the variables and all of the nuances of an item that helps it sell. Next up is this J. McLaughlin Nicola layered dress, size large. So great size, is a good brand, and it's a dress. And I was able to show the fit of it, even though it wasn't the best stock photo. And I know some people don't like using stock photos, and that really you're not supposed to. But I think for some things it is helpful because it can show the fit. And I'm not going to model the dress. So, you know, for this, it's a $228 dress. Someone got it for 50 bucks. That's a great deal with free shipping. It's a great brand. I knew exactly what it was by looking it up. And so there's just a lot of things that went right in this sale. And so someone might say, well, J. McLaughlin doesn't sell for me or whatever. Try to find the right item. You know, not every piece is going to be the best seller, but if you try to find items that inherently have value, like a dress more than a tank top type of thing, you'll be able to get more out of those items. Next up is St. John wool Santana knit Bermuda short. So I have kind of a hit or miss with St. John. I can get a lot of St. John items and some of them sell and some of them don't. But for this particular one, it sold for $80. And so do you pass over on something because you've had a bad experience in the past? These are just shorts. They're knit shorts. And so it's like, that sound like something somebody wants to wear? It does sound like something I want to wear, but I don't make a lot of judgments with my items. If something has proven to be a good brand, the fact that I know that it's wool and has value, the fact that it's Santana knit, the fact that they're black, and so that's a good kind of basic thing that someone would want to have. There is value here. It is something that someone will seek out. So there's a lot of things that went right in this sale as well. Plus it's a size 10, which is a great size, again, for a brand like this that can be a more mature brand. And so you want to just look at all of those aspects and all of those variables. If this was a smaller size, maybe I wouldn't have bought it. So there's lots of things to think about. Next up is this Eileen Fisher knit swing dress extra large. It sold for $80. So this actually sold in a different sale for lower, and someone made me an offer, or they accepted my offer, I don't remember, and so it sold for a lower dollar value. And they got it and they opened up a case and they said that the measurements were wrong. So the measurements I did, they said were wrong, and so they did not want the item anymore. And so I took the return, I relisted it, and it sold for $80, which is more than it originally sold for. So again, you know, Eileen Fisher, black, extra large, knit swing dress. A lot of things are right here. This was bound to sell again. And so if you have something that someone is seeking out, more people might also want to seek it out. So if you get a return, don't worry about it because it could totally sell again. And in this situation, it sold for me even better. So I just brought this one up to kind of tell that story because it is a bummer when you get a case, or it is a bummer when you get a return, and it's nice to be able to look forward on the bright side and say, well, maybe I'll sell it for more money next So next up is Everlane, the clean silk relaxed shirt, size 0. So there's a lot of things that could be wrong about this. Maybe you don't sell size 0. Maybe you don't pick up size 0. Maybe you can't find Everlane. You know, I totally get that. But I put this out because there's a lot of things that did go right with it, and that it's a relaxed shirt, it's a silk shirt, and it's the Everlane brand. And so it sold for $52. Everlane is a brand that does hold its retail value pretty well. People seek it out. It was a beautiful color. It was in excellent condition. And so this all worked out well. And so I have another Everlane sale too that I'll mention. But I think if you can't find Everlane, that's okay. But you might be able to find other ways to get Everlane than if you don't find it in your thrift store. Like you could buy reseller boxes from someone that you trust. You could go online and try to get it lower, knowing that you could flip it. I mean, there's probably people on Poshmark that would sell this shirt a lot lower to you, and then you can turn around and flip it for more. I think the trick with that, because I've done it and there's lots of sellers that do it, and then there's lots of people that don't agree with that. People make sales and sell items and buy items for all different kinds of reasons, and someone may just want this out of their closet, and there's no shame in lowballing somebody. I have no shame in lowballing people. I don't mind if I get lowballed. I think there are other people out there that say that they don't mind it as well. Other YouTubers talk about it, and so, you know, you could totally go and try to buy this from someone and then sell it yourself for more money if you knew that that was going to be a sure thing. And Everlane, clean silk relaxed shirt, could be one of those items. So I just bring that up because I've had in videos past people say that they don't find Everlane. And so just because you don't find something in your thrift store doesn't mean that you can't sell it. You just need to kind of get creative of how you can find it. Next up is Bowden, a ribbed cashmere cream sweater crew neck. So again, another cashmere item. Inherently there's value. It's Bowden, which is a good brand. I really like selling Bowden, and I have good luck with selling it on Poshmark. And so this sold for $60. So another point here really with cashmere is that you could sell something that's unbranded and have it be cashmere. I've sold Apartment 9 cashmere, which is a Kohl's brand. You saw the Charter Club sale for $50. And then you have branded items like Bowden that the brand carries value, and the fact that it's cashmere carries value. And so you can sell those for a little bit more. And so what I used to do is have my cashmere sweaters up for $50 no matter what. And then I said, you know what? When I send out my offers and things like that, it's going for too low. And so I know that I can get more for these cashmere items. And so I made a conscious choice then, because I don't always look up every single item, because I don't think that that's a wise use of my time at this stage in my reselling. So what I've decided is that if it's a branded cashmere item like a Bowden or something like that, Everlane, whatever, I'm going to price it probably more along the line 60 to 75. And if it's an unbranded cashmere item like an Apartment 9 or even the Charter Club, that's when I'll put it at about 60. And so that way when I send out my offers or when someone sends me an offer, I'll probably end up around 30 or 35 perhaps. And so if I sell it like this for 60, that's great. But if I ended up selling it on an offer and it was 75 and then it went down to whatever, $30, $40, I'd be okay with that too. So it doesn't hurt to look at something that you sell kind of often and kind of make a pricing strategy for those types of items specifically. Next is Revolve redone high-rise stovepipe jeans. I can't remember if I shared this in any other What Sold video, so if I did, I apologize. But this is just an example of an item that is sought out, that has value because it's a high retail value, it's in demand, it's popular, it's trendy, like everything is going for it. And so these are $240 jeans. I think I had them up for $100, and then the offer they sold for $75. So it's a size 27, they're high rise, crop, it's redone brand from Revolve. Everything is going in the right direction for this. And so when you get that line up and you can get lots of those stacked up in your closet, then you can have some really good high ticket sales. I think we get really caught up in, I need to list X amount of items, that I just kind of put whatever in my store. And sometimes if you want to improve, if you want to get more money for the time that you put into your item, you want to just pad your store with as many of these kinds of items as possible, which is it's the right item at the right time and everything's going in the right direction for it. And so when the sale comes, it's a big payday for you. So I think that that is something something that you might want to consider if you don't normally do that. Everlane, the cropped alpaca cardigan. So again, another Everlane, it's alpaca, and so in my mind, that is a valuable fabric when it's made of alpaca. And so I love selling things that are alpaca or mohair or angora. So alpaca, angora, mohair, those all are more luxurious fabrics, and so they will go for higher dollar amounts. And so this is a $110 sweater. I was able to sell it for $60 with free shipping. And so again, good brand, good valuable fabric, goes for a decent amount of money. Next up is Maxine of Hollywood one-piece swimsuit. This is a size 22. It's a $94 retail value, and I was able to sell it for $75 with free shipping. These are what dreams are made of. Plus size swimsuits. So if you don't like selling swimsuits or you don't sell a lot of plus size, you are missing out on this combo for sure, because a new with tags swimsuit is great, right? A new with tags plus size swimsuit is amazingly better, and it's a decent brand. And so, you know, if it was Miracle Suit, then it'd be even better. But, you know, this is the kind of thing where it's like, if I had the opportunity to buy plus size swimsuit, you know, on the regular at my thrift store, which I do, I would, and I do, and I sell them all the time. Now, this happened to be new with tags. This was from a Ross clearance sale. They have their big clearance in January every year. It's not a publicized sale, it's a clearance. I've done some videos on it, and I'm able to get a lot of new with tags swimsuits at that time, and it's in January, and I list them all immediately because I'm also of the mind that you should take advantage of a season. And so with swimwear, sure, anyone can go on vacation any time of year and they need a swimsuit. So swimsuits can sell all the time. But think about it, if you buy swimsuits in January, they're there for February break, which I'm from New Jersey originally. We used to have February break. Now I'm in Orlando. Then there's spring break for a lot of other people in March. Then there's other people that have a spring break in April. Then you have kids getting out of school in May and June, and then you have summer vacations in summer all summer. And then even in the winter time, you have people going away for Christmas, you have people going away for Thanksgiving, taking cruises. I mean, again, amidst the pandemic separately, you know, don't count now. But normally, people would be doing that kind of thing. And so for me, buying a swimsuit any time of year is the right reason. But if you can buy a bunch of swimsuits in January and get them listed immediately, you have all the time for them to sell. If you sit and wait on it until, you know, May to list your swimsuits, you will have missed out on all those people going on February break, spring break, other spring break, other, you know, like you're missing out on a lot of time. So I don't sit on anything. If I buy it, I list it, and I list all year long, and I sell things all year long. So with this one, swimsuits all year long, plus size swimsuits are amazing. New with tags plus size swimsuits, even more amazing. And then if they're branded on top of it is great. Next up is this new with tags Tahari ASL skirt suit set in gray. So a couple things with this. I'm learning a little bit more about Tahari and the various levels, because when I do things with ThredUp, they value them differently. And so that's how I was kind of like, oh yeah, maybe this one's lower and this one's high. Like we all know that Ellie Tahari is higher. Then there's Tahari, there's T Tahari. And then what I found is that the Tahari by ASL is kind of like on the lower end. And so this is new with tag, and it's a skirt suit set. Now, some people need to buy their suits separates because they're different sizes, and so I get that. But a skirt suit set, or even a pantsuit set, or dress suits, whatever, any kind of suit set, that's a valuable item. You know, this was $280 with the top and the bottom. So it's a big purchase, it's a big value, and you need to wait for the right buyer to come along and get it. I don't remember what I had this up for, but an $80 offer on this is great. So I don't know if you like selling suit sets or don't, and I don't do it as often as I'd like to, but it's definitely an area where I would consider diving deeper, because I think that there's a lot of money in it. And if you can get this, you know, a lot of times the suit sets are priced at a thrift store a little bit higher, like $10.99, $12.99, things like that, because it is a higher value thing. But sometimes you might find it separately in the skirts and blazers or whatever, the pants and the blazer. I don't know how you would know to go and look for them though. But if you did find it together, consider it, because I haven't sold a lot, but the ones that I have sold well. And so it's definitely an indicator to me that it could really be worth my time, because I could list two separate things and maybe make the same money, or I can do one listing with both of them together and make a good chunk of change with this. So I think suit set could be a nice little category for someone if you had the patience to take all the measurements and provide everything. And so what I did, just to show you, because I like doing measurements forms, is I did it on two different measurements forms. So I listed the jacket and then I listed the skirt and put all the appropriate measurements there. I love doing measurements forms because this is a lot of measurements and it would have taken up a lot of room in my description. And that's why I do measurements. If you're interested in getting a measurements form, it's in my Etsy store, which is linked down below, where all my reseller tools are, all of my recommendations, but you can totally make your own. You don't have to buy mine. So those were all of the sales that I have and kind of all of the tips sprinkled in. If you guys like this format of video where I kind of group a certain amount of sales together and talk about them like over $50 or bread and butter items or whatever, and then sprinkle in the tips throughout, let me know if you like this format, because I kind of like it and I really want to deliver as much value to you as I can. So thanks so much for watching this video. Please go ahead and like the video, leave a comment down below, and then definitely check out the description for all the tools and resources that I put together for you, and watch the next video that comes up next. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.